Hi everyone, today I'm going to teach you how to put text in various effects and most importantly in a tube shape circling around the object. So I'm gonna open this image I found from the free pick. Okay, as you can see there's this woman and then red background. So first what I'm gonna do is choose the color with the tool. It's on your keyboard, press I and then recognize the color. I put on the solid color, and since I already found the color, it just brings it there, and I press OK. And then I'm gonna bring the solid color below my background, below my image. And when I go to the crop tool and extend the background, and when I press enter, it will filter whatever you color you choose. So as you can see, we can see like a very light shade of square around the person. So there are two ways I can deal with this. First, I'm just show you the easiest way, the quickest way is to choose the color and use your brush tool to brush around the area. It should even up the edges. Or there's you can use blur tool. Blur tool, you can blur out the edges so it's more it's more blended, the background color, solid color we gave. I'm just gonna put the strength to 100% and try to blur everything out. Okay, so this is one way to do it, or you can actually select your object or person first. The selection tool, go to your brush and then object selection. You just put it around whatever you want to select, and it's loading. Yeah, it selected our woman quickly, very quick and nice. So now that I've selected the image, I'm gonna mask it. After I mask it, I'm gonna try Control I, pressing Control I to reverse it to the opposite color. And when I take away the solid color background, as you can see, we cropped out our model here. So I put the color back. And now I'm gonna put some text. I just press T on your keyboard and then you just start typing. I wrote Queen and it's not visible for now because of the color is same as the background. So I select the text I just wrote down. And then I press Control I. Control I is like edit page. It brings you to edit page, whatever you're doing something. So I pressed Control T. I'm sorry, it's Control T, not Control I. When you press Control T, it brings you to the edit page of image or text or whatever you're trying to move or edit. So I got to the Control T and then change the font to whatever, and I can change the space between the letters or the size or if you're like writing two passage sentences, you can change the space between the paragraphs and stuff. I recommend you try and play with your edit section as much as you can. And I'm gonna press on this little icon there, and then I'm gonna go to the arc and then cylinder, and as you can see, it changed the shape of our text. So I'm just gonna move it around her head, and I'm gonna press enter. It's loading sometimes. It really depends on our PC. The PC I'm using here is not exactly the best one, but it can run the shop pretty well. But as you can see, when you're doing like very detailed stuff, it can lag sometimes depending on your PC. So it's important that you shouldn't work on like multiple projects at once, so your PC won't crash out of the Photoshop. So what I did is I just copy pasted the text layer. Press on your text layer and then press Ctrl J, like Joker J, and it will just copy that layer. So I'm gonna bring one of the layers at the back of her head, so it gives this like circling effect around her head. Very easy to do. And now I'm gonna try to put some effects. So I'm gonna go to blending options, and maybe I'll put the stroke. As you can see, it gives like black outline around the word, around the text you put. I put it to 6, opacity 100, and the color is black. And you can see that the text we put is popping a slightly bit more, and I can just put the fill to 0 to just leave the outer line. In any case you want to do this text effect, you can just give it a stroke and then turn the fill to 0, and it just leaves the outer line of the word. Okay, let's try linking both texts together, and when you link them together and press Ctrl T, you can actually move both of them at the same time. Okay, so I'm just gonna play around with the effects here. From this section, actually, the multiply is the best choice if you're trying to blend the object. In this case, I just wanted to look a little more popping. I'm just gonna leave it at this. Maybe color. Okay, so whatever you're doing something and make a mistake, you can always press Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z is undo button. Especially when you're experimenting with tools, it's important to press Ctrl Z to undo whatever you're doing, so you don't have to go through multiple steps to undo your stuff. So I'm just gonna put a new text here, new text, then Ctrl T, move it behind our model, and I'm gonna present the wrap section, present R, and go down to cylinder and press it a little high up, put it a little high up, and then I'm going to, let me just fix the position, and then I'm gonna press Alt and drag the text layer onto above the model, our cropped PNG model. When you press Alt and drag anything, it just copies that exact thing, the font and everything. It's like easier way to copy, but you can always press Ctrl J, Joker J, to copy that layer as well. It's really no different. It's just quicker way to do it. And as you can see, I just copied the two. I copied two of the Queen Evercry layer, and when you let's say you put one of them above the model, right? And you just change the fill into 0, and once the fill is 0, it should disappear from the model, and then you go to stroke and give it a white stroke, and then you link them together with the bottom section, and that's how it gives this effect. You just press Ctrl and then use your left mouse click to select like 2 or 3 layers together, and then you can just link them or group them, anything like that. But once your layers are selected, they will all move together if you press Ctrl T and try to edit them. So I put one behind her, so it gives this circle, circling effect around the model. I just press Ctrl and then press 3 of these layers, and then when I press Ctrl G, it groups them together, like group G. You don't have to group everything, I'm just showing it to you so that sometimes you can mix like so many layers and it's so hard to find which layer you need to edit, so it's easier when you just group like certain things together, like text or certain part of the image background. It's easier that way, but be sure to remember that whenever you group something, the effects on your Canva might change depending on where that layer is placed. So be careful whatever you group, but in any case, you can always press Ctrl Z to undo your mistakes. So yeah, so I'm gonna create a new layer and press Alt, and when you bring your mouse to the between the line between line, it shows this square image with something pointing down, and then it just associates that empty layer to the whatever you're choosing. It could be in PNG or text, anything like that. Whatever you paint on that new layer that you pressed Alt and kind of linked it will appear on whatever text or PNG you selected to. So as you can see, when I open the new layer and paint it like black, it's showing up on the text and not like the model or background, anything like that. But if I didn't press Alt and linked it to the text layer, it would have painted all of them together. So I just pressed E on my keyboard, eraser, and erased some of the shadows I did. So there's another cool trick you can do. You can add new layer and Control and then click on your text and the new layer, and when you press Control E, it merges them together and creates like this one simple image. And once it's just simple image, you can erase it, like show this fading effect on the text. It does not work on like normal text layers, so you have to open a new layer and then select both of them and then press Ctrl E to merge them. After merging them, you can erase part of it, so you can have this fading effect. Okay, as you can see, I merged it and then put this fading effect on the text. I go to press twice on the layer and go to the blending options, check the gradient overlay, and you can actually change the colors of your desired overlay. I'm gonna put it to light blue, put on the other color, and then put it to like darker blue. Okay. And you can change which one is dominant on the little dot there, and you can change the angles, style, or you can change like a blending mode. But I just put it into normal gradient, and you can see that it has one side is dark and one side is light, so it looks like it has a light shining on it. And you can actually click your right mouse onto layer, and you can go to copy layer style. And when you press that and go to like any image or layer and press right click again and paste layer style, it will just copy and paste the layer style you did. It could be a gradient or overlay color, anything like that. So yeah, so this is it for now, and I hope it helped whoever needed it.